The Shadows of the Greenhouse timeline is defined by a single, undeniable physical reality. By the morning of April 8th, 1994, a household that had been a hive of activity for months, a flop house with several people living there in an ongoing way, was suddenly surgically silent, with many of those people having moved permanently out of state right before the body was found. For a residence housing live-in nannies, long-term guests, and a rotating inner circle, the 100% vacancy rate at the moment of discovery feels like a coordinated evacuation. The board was being cleared in the 24 hours preceding the discovery, with key figures moving to different time zones, while those remaining in Seattle made sure they were anywhere but the property. Jessica Hopper, a teenager in the middle of a collapsing environment, reached a breaking point and sought an emergency exit. Under extreme duress and claiming she was told she needed to leave, she secured a last-minute, one-way, very expensive flight to New York and was across the country before the electrician arrived. Michael Kelly DeWitt, the primary live-in nanny and the man officially tasked with searching for the missing Kurt, boarded a flight to Los Angeles on the night of the 7th or the earliest hours of the 8th, abandoning his post to join the command center at the LA Peninsula Hotel. Jennifer Adamson also initiated total relocation, heading back to California as the discovery window opened with no return flight scheduled, marking a permanent break from the Lake Washington property and Seattle. Joe Burns and Bonnie Dillard stayed in Seattle, but they did stay completely away from the house on that day. Even those actively looking for Kurt, Dylan Carlson and Renee Navarrete, were notably clear of the house by sunrise despite having searched the property the day before. The logistical difficulty of coordinating these last-minute one-way flights to New York City and LA suggests a known deadline, that the inner circle created a vacuum that forced the discovery onto a third-party stranger, electrician Gary Smith. This would guarantee that no member of the inner circle was holding the smoking gun or forced to answer unscripted police questions in real time. By the time the narrative began for the public at 8:40 a.m., the shadows had already fled, leaving the discovery to someone with no stake in the story. So what do you think? Is it just a coincidence that all of the people that had been living for months and hanging around the house constantly, many of them, all of them were gone, but many of them had even moved out of state permanently all of a sudden, before his body was found, before there was really any evidence to believe there was a serious tragedy happening that would involve you moving somewhere or changing everything about what you're doing? It just seems a little suspicious, do you know what I mean? What do you guys think? Should they reopen the case?